I'm really surprised, but I've only seen and experienced one diehard Taylor Swift fan coming at like any of my videos, because I have been covering this for months. I have all of the legal filings. I have all of the documents on my YouTube. I have the whole timeline. I have everything. Plus, I have a lot of things that I have found researching and investigating this. Now, I had one person come forward that is a diehard Taylor Swift fan and say things like, she had no idea. Of course she had an idea. She is very much implicated in all of these lawsuits. She's very much implicated in the emails with Sony executives. She is implicated in the text messages between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively and others, and she's very much implicated in the messages between Ryan Reynolds and Justin Baldoni. But what was funny is that she was saying something along the lines of, well, she had no idea that she was going to be dragged to this. Okay, she's an almost 40-year-old woman. Yes, she had an idea. Yes, she was very much there in the meetings. Yes, she had the composer fired because she just didn't like him. She wanted her composer, her video editor, to come in and do the score and to do her edit, right? That she wasn't even supposed to have. She did not have any permission from Sony executives to do her own cut of the movie because she was not a director. She did not own the rights. She did not buy the rights to the book. It was not her production company doing the movie. Taylor Swift very much knew that. But this person saying she felt like she was thrown under the bus by her friend of almost 11 years. She's godmother to all 3 of their daughters, which is 3 out of 4 of their children are daughters, James, Inez, and Betty. She's godmother to them. And this friendship is that close, that she had absolutely no idea she was just going to throw her under the bus and use her like that. You're only saying that because it has come out through exhibits that have been admissible in the court of law as actual evidence that Blake Lively is not telling the full truth, right? But if she thought that her friend was telling the truth and that she really experienced this, why wouldn't she come forward and back her, especially after she went through a very similar groping trial in 2017? Where somebody inappropriately touched her. And it wasn't because she pursued criminal charges. No, it wasn't because she pursued a civil case. No, it was because the man was suing her for losing his job and she countersued. That's the only reason why. Taylor Swift did not pursue any kind of criminal or civil case against this man whatsoever. But just the fact that if she's this close of friends with Blake Lively, why would she not come forward and defend her friend publicly? You're godmother to all 3 of her daughters, James, Inez, and Betty. You would think that she would come forward and say, yeah, I believe her. I'm going to stand by her. I believe this really did happen to her. And the fact that she's not doing that tells you that Taylor Swift very clearly knows that this was a strategy to try to usurp the film It Ends With Us from Justin Baldoni. And she was very much a part of it. The reason why, because she wanted to be a director or co-director credit, the same way Scarlett Johansson, Ryan Reynolds' ex-wife who dumped him and divorced him after not even 2 years, is going to be doing with Justin Baldoni's Wayfarer Productions, her directorial debut for Eleanor the Great. And I think she knew that, Ryan Reynolds knew that, and they want the same credentials and accolades for Blake. But, that's not what she was hired for. Taylor Swift's name unexpectedly surfaced in the ongoing legal drama between It Ends With Us co-stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and reportedly, it could be the smoking that cracks the case wide open. Swift's fans think she might be drifting apart from her longtime pal Lively after staying silent on the actress's claims against co-star Baldoni. But Taylor Swift, why are you silent? Why are you silent? You should not be silent in a case like that. That is your friend of almost 11 years, your godmother to all 3 of her daughters. Why would you be silent? If you fundamentally know and believe that she's telling the truth, why would you be silent? Your silence is speaking volumes for Justin Baldoni, however. An insider told Daily Mail that the 35-year-old megastar's silence might work in the actor's favor, giving his team an opportunity to question the actress's claims that he harassed her on the set of It Ends With Us. Lively, 37, accused Baldoni, 41, of harassment, but he hit back with a $400 million lawsuit against his co-star and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, 48, claiming that they're trying to wreck his career and reputation. He also is suing the New York Times for $250 million for losing his agent, WME, William Morris Endeavor, who still represent Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively and Meghan Markle, and even Sean Combs still represent Sean Combs, have not dropped him. But they dropped Justin Baldoni. Yeah, Justin Baldoni has every civil and constitutional and basic human right to pursue for damages, because what they did was embarked on a smear campaign against him. Swift got caught up in the messy feud when she decided to come to a meeting for the movie It Ends With Us and insert herself. She got caught up when she decided that she was going to fire the composer because she didn't like him, hiring her own video editor to help edit Blake's version and cut that she wasn't supposed to have, that she was going to have her own composer come in. That way she could be credited for using her song My Tears Ricochet in the credits, which of course they do. And of course she wants the royalties from that. Swift got caught up in the messy feud when Baldoni shared a series of messages from Lively where she referenced the singer as one of her dragons, borrowing the term from Game of Thrones. Baldoni claimed that Lively brought Swift to a meeting about a script change to put pressure on him. He said that having the singer there made it clear that he must go along with the actress's script ideas and her scene rewrites for the rooftop scene. The source revealed Taylor is an assault victim and spent more than a year of her life fighting a case for having her bum touched that she knew she would win. Well, that's the thing, though. He was suing her civilly. She didn't pursue criminal charges. She didn't do the right thing at the time and call law enforcement and actually pursue criminal charges, and she didn't sue him civilly. She countersued him after he sued her for losing his job, right? So that is very much misleading terminology there. If Taylor truly supported Blake, would she not want to publicly back her friend and who she's godmother to 3 of her 4 children? That's what I said. If she's telling the truth and Taylor knows she's telling the truth, the first thing she would do is the right thing and publicly support her friend of almost 11 years. Some people feel Taylor should be offering comfort and using her platform to rally Swifties in support of what is right, they added. The source went on saying instead, Taylor appears to have gone silent and is staying out of the public eye, and this will likely play a role in Justin's defense. If Taylor does not believe Blake, she will be the smoking in this case. And this comes directly after a U.S. court has rejected actress Blake Lively's request to access Justin Baldoni's phone records in an ongoing legal dispute involving allegations of harassment and retaliation going back 2 years. 2 years. Talk about privacy invasion. This is a fishing expedition trying to find something to make him look guilty. The court ruled that the request was excessive invasion of Baldoni's privacy, according to the Hollywood Reporter, because she doesn't have any receipts. Blake Lively is known as Mrs. No Receipts. Lively's legal team had argued the phone records contained evidence of a conspiracy involving Baldoni and others aimed at harming her reputation. However, U.S. District Judge Louis Lehman denied the request, emphasizing that phone records often include sensitive personal information and could not be broadly disclosed. The judge noted that even if others were involved in the alleged plot, it did not justify granting Lively access to extensive private data going back even prior to her claims, which is August of 2024. She wants to go back 2 years. But she's claiming in her lawsuit it didn't begin until the smear campaign and the retaliation and all of that until August. So it's kind of null and void there, Blake. You're just fishing for trying to actually get some kind of definitive proof and evidence. While the court blocked access to the phone records, Lively was given the option to pursue specific details, such as the identities and contact information of only individuals involved through alternative legal means. Following the decision, Lively's representatives claimed that Baldoni had moved quickly to seek legal intervention to prevent the disclosure of certain records. They also indicated that her legal team plans to refine their approach and submit more targeted requests. Baldoni's attorney welcomed the ruling, arguing that it safeguarded his client's privacy against what he described as a desperate legal strategy by Lively's team. With the case still ongoing, both sides are preparing for the base of the legal proceedings. So, Taylor, when are you going to finally speak? Because your silence is not going to go unnoticed. And it's not going to work this time. It's not going to work this time. Got to speak up.